Hey guys, good evening, good evening. So welcome to our live stream for tonight and sobrang excited ako kasi for tonight, sobrang international natin ngayon and sobrang excited ako sa mga matututunan natin. Kaya yon, hello. So right now we will talk about handling an online community. Itong mga kasama natin talagang masasabi kong expert. Ang nangingiti sila dun sa backstage pero talaga marami tayong matututunan and all of them talaga they keep me inspired sa paggagawa or patuloy sa YouTube journey ko. So if you're a replay viewer right now, so madali lang to panoorin. We will not be that too long so you can catch up easily. So without any other introduction, let's start this live stream right away. Yo.
What's good? Let's go.
Hello, good evening and good morning sa lahat. So yan, okay. So before we start sa topic natin, guys, please introduce yourself. Let's start with Rob.
Hello. Kumusta? Magandang umaga? No, gabi.
Gabi.
Hi everyone. It's Rob Balasabas here. So with the Two Buddy team, Jeff, thanks for inviting me, man. This is gonna be fun.
Yes, thank you. Then let's go with Rich.
Yo, magandang umaga, magandang gabi, magandang tanghali sa inyo lahat. My name is Rich. At akong iyong saksi.
I love the energy of Rich. Grabe. Parang hindi 6 a.m. sa kanila.
Wow.
Okay, let's go with Lem.
What's going on, everybody? Good morning. Good morning dito galing sa New York City, pero magandang gabi over there
Sa
in the
Pilipinas.
TI. What's up, motherland?
So guys, to give you a brief background, nakilala ko silang lahat sa community ni Rob and while live streaming sa Let's Get Live din kay Doc Rock, yan mga nakilala ko sila and sobrang babait ng mga taong to. And hindi ko akalain na Filipino sila. Nung una sabi ko, parang mga foreigner, si Rob lang yung alam kong Filipino. Then, suddenly na sabi ko, Filipino sila. Pero, yun, request natin ngayon na magtatagalog daw sila. Full Tagalog.
Ako galing daw ako sa Ethiopia. Ganun yung nangyari sa akin.
I thought Lem was Puerto Rican. To be honest.
By marriage.
My marriage.
So, there you go. Guys, thank you for coming here sa live stream. Sobrang na-appreciate ko for yung pag-make ng time nyo. And alam ko, umaga dyan, super early. Pero nag-make time kayo para dito sa live stream natin. So, thank you so much.
You're welcome, man.
So yun, medyo kinakabahan ako sa live stream natin and sobrang nabablanko ako kung ano yung
No,
sasabihin.
it's good. You're
It's all
doing good.
Rob, congratulations, man, on that 4,000,
Yes.
brother.
Thanks,
Yes,
man.
good stuff.
Thank you. Yeah,
I
it's
think,
been
Rob,
fun. It's been fun.
Kumusta yung mo, Rob? Your YouTube journey, your plan. How's going?
YouTube journey, it's it's been fun. Trying to do regular videos, diba? And then, man, I'm trying to do Tagalog, man. For some reason, it can't come out. You just try to do like
No, bro.
You just try to do like English, and then you just say diba at the end.
The only time my Tagalog comes out is if I'm arguing with my mother. That's the only time it comes out. Then it comes out. I'm like, wow, I knew that word. How come I knew that word? I didn't
It's
know
just
I knew that
it
word.
comes out. It comes out. I know. No, it's been fun. It's been real fun. Community, diba, is what we're talking about here. So, diba.
Rob, diba,
Talaga?
Balasabas.
We must have a diba counter here.
No, we should have a diba counter.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Rob, di ba you said di ba?
It's already three. It's already three. Three divas.
Divas.
Yeah, it's been fun. Thank you for the congrats. So next, the goal is now what? Maybe I
10K.
set it to 5K.
That's only 1,000. You can get that like next week.
Road
Feeling
to
ko talaga,
5K.
sabi ko nga, 10K even before mag-end yung year. Kayang-kaya.
Oh yeah, before June,
That's the
bro.
goal. That's the actual goal. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
10K. 10K.
So, there you go. Start na natin yung topic natin for tonight. And alam ko maraming curious about online community. And alam ko yung parang gusto nila mag-establish ng community but they don't know how to start it. Like, for me, guys, share ko lang.
Yeah.
Plan ko lang noong December na, sinulat ko lang, I want to have an online community. But
Yeah.
I don't know how to start, what to do. Like, binasa ko lang konti yung parang tips sa Facebook na community, online community. Then, that's it. Pinublish ko. But even right now, I'm still learning how to handle my online community. So, this topic also will really help me a lot, aside from our viewers, na kung paano ba natin ma-handle yung community natin as a whole. So, yon. First question for tonight, guys. Let's just throw this out. Yan. Really, why, as a content creator, why do you need to start an online community?
It's good. Lem, you go, man. You go.
Okay, I go like a car. You go.
You go.
I go.
Please go.
Itagalog mo.
Sabi, you go, the car stays. That was a long time ago. Sorry, guys.
Like dad jokes, man. Just Filipino dad jokes. Let's just do Filipino dad jokes. I'm just kidding.
That would actually be funny. That would be a funny show, like those dad versus dad
Yeah,
type
make
of
me laugh.
dad jokes. Filipino
make me
versus
laugh.
Filipino.
First na tumawa, siya talo.
Yeah.
Talo lahat. Diba?
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 Why do you need to start an online community? Depende sa ano mo, your goals, and obviously to promote a community around what your channel is trying to provide and the needs that it's trying to provide, as well as the value it's trying to extend for its members. So if you have a community that's really like seeking to go further into what you're saying, and the people that are within that community are needing what you're sharing with them, then it's easier to build a community, because then there are people that are actually looking for more content from you apart from what you do already online. So to start it, obviously to help build your brand, so to speak, and to build your presence more online. And hopefully, if you're really, I think Rob or you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, if you're really looking to bring value to the people that have subscribed to your channel, then that's the idea, to build the community, because you want to bring the value into a more one-on-one, a more connected way of sharing. So that's why I would say you would need to start an online community.
Yes, that's
Tama ba
really
po?
good.
Tama.
Diba kasi
Pasado.
hindi, kasi yun nga yung how do you start, the reason why I established an online community, yung kumbaga sa perspective ko, is not only to extend the reach, the awareness of my brand and my YouTube channel as a whole, but tama yun, Lem, yung the value of the giving. Yung talagang you want to give something dun sa mga tao na inside the community. So that's the reason why
Yeah,
I
parang
established.
continuation ng ano mo yan eh. Continuation ng give mo dun sa YouTube. So if you're really giving on the YouTube space, it's part of just a continuation.
Yes.
Yeah. Tsaka
Any,
there's
additional?
may difference ang subscribers at saka yung mga community members mo, diba? So, diba? Yung mga subscribers mo kasi mga consumers lang. So, pupunta sila sa channel mo and then manonood sila ng mga videos mo. Pero siguro hindi sila magko-comment, hindi sila mag-share ng videos mo on other platforms or yung mga, Facebook pages nila, Pero yung mga community members mo, they're loyal, they are advocate, 'di ba? They'll share pagka nasa Facebook group sila, they see a question na maybe one of your videos answered, i-share nila yung video mo. Like, hey guys, check out this video by Jeff. He's answering your question. So there's a difference between subscribers. We're talking about 4,000 subscribers. Oh, that's good. Pero yung Facebook group ko has maybe 1,800 members. Pero they're very loyal. They're very engaged. Siguro pag-uusapan natin, Jeff, yung mga Facebook groups, mga different communities. You're not always trying to sell. We'll talk about that later, siguro. Pero you're not always trying to sell. Sa Facebook group ko, we're not trying to sell anything. We're mentioning two buddies, siguro, once in a while. Pero we're not actively trying to make you pay for a course or, join something, monthly membership. You're just building community. So, yung minention mo, Lem, continuation. Siguro, that's probably the best word there. You continue from your free course or your free content. Tapos, ngayon, they can come into your world, your community, your living room. Tapos, they're inside your club now, diba? So, that's probably the best way to explain it. So, try to grow subscribers, pero try to make a community para connected sila sa'yo. So, wherever you go, one day maybe you decide hindi na YouTube. Tired na ako sa YouTube. Let's go. I'm gonna go to TikTok. So some other platform. I'm gonna go to LinkedIn. Then yung community mo will follow you. Not all of them, but some of them will follow you. So it's just like there's a guy, Pat Flynn. Taga San Diego siya. Taga same town as Rich. He has a book called Superfans. It's a really good book. Something
Pat
you
lives
should all
right over
read.
there, by the way, if you guys don't know. Like right out this window, down that street.
That's where he is.
Yeah.
He's right there. Yeah. So he talks about super fans and when people are really like engaged with you as a fan and then as also as part of your community, they'll follow you around. And if you do decide to sell digital products or service or whatever, then they'll be the first to support you. So that's my thoughts. So
Yes,
community
yes.
for sure. Like as soon as you can, start building that community online.
Dahil di ba YouTube one way lang.
Yeah.
A part of the comments, a part of the comment section, one way lang talaga. And,
Yeah.
and most of the time, hindi naman situated para community building yung YouTube dahil
Yes.
comment per comment, mga ganun lang. Pero kung nando ka sa Facebook, right now, that's the main place for community building. Di mas connected kayo because there's now a two-way exchange. Plus, you can then see any other thing that your community is actually interested in and possibly help you grow your channel because now you're seeing, oh, they want this, oh, they want that. Oh, that's the thing that these are the people that are coming into my YouTube space. And this is actually how they look like on their regular, spaces in on Facebook or elsewhere.
Yeah.
So it's a great way for that exchange of information.
Yeah, Facebook itself just makes it a little bit more personal. That's what it is at the very end. It's like, you're no longer Jeff Geronimo, the YouTube sensation. You're now you're Jeffrey Geronimo that I know on YouTube. Well, because there's this old saying, and I can't remember the guy that told me this. He's like, content is king, context is queen, but community is God. So you always have to look at it that way, where the community is what drives your content a lot of times. And having that community outside of outside of YouTube, it just makes it more personal. Like, hey, I'm actually friends with Jeff. Like outside, outside from the screen, because it's still, like at some point, some of your biggest fans are not necessarily your friends, right? So
Yes.
they still see you like, oh my God, like I know Jeff. Like a whole bunch of kids I see walking down the street. They're like, bro, Rob Palasabas? And I'm like, yeah.
Guys,
I know the
Rich?
dude, bro.
Kilala ko yun.
I'm friend with Rich.
Sign their autograph,
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yes, and yun nga, tama. Kasi sa YouTube, napansin ko lang talaga, yun nga, tama rin sila na once na nag-upload ka, it's one way. Like, parang sa teaching sa classroom na, di ba, pag teacher, tas tayo estudyante, sometimes we're intimidated just to hit up a conversation. Pero once na lumabas ka dun sa classroom and parang friends na kayo with teacher, kumbaga may exchange of conversation na. Like, dun sa community, dun ko nakikita na, yung sa sinabi nyo na, community is more like engagement. Talagang yung engagement nandun and yung sharing of thoughts, yung feeling ko, yung community, dun ka rin mag-harvest ng, kumbaga, dun mag-grow yung knowledge mo. Like what we're doing right now, na siguro some of yung nanonood sa atin ngayon, hindi ganun ka-okay or hindi pa nila alam kung paano mag-handle ng online community. And with this online Facebook group or Facebook community, doon sila natututo and they're parang engaging with us. Tapos may mga polls pa. Ang daming options sa Facebook actually na pwede mong i-maximize like post or poll. Yun yung nakita ko lang. Kasi di ba pagka sa YouTube, pag nag-post ka ng something na poll or something na engagement post, medyo konti yung traffic. As for my parang sa channel ko. Pero once na dun sa community, sobrang laki nung talagang nagsasagot sila kahit, alam mo yun, kahit alam mong mga busy yung mga tao, talagang sasagot sila dun and they're not shy to give their thoughts.
Yeah.
Ayun.
Yeah, start building. Start making make a group right away as soon as you can. What Lem said, it's one way on YouTube, right? Unless you're doing live streams. Right now we're doing live streams here on YouTube. So it's two-way kind of. Pero also on YouTube, the way YouTube works is you should be niche. Rich, you found your niche, looks like. You're getting lots of views, man. Good job. Pero so now if you want to connect with them, it's kind of like, if you have a channel about, let's say, Facebook marketing, you can't talk about other things. But if you have a group, maybe like on Facebook, you can talk about other things. So now you become not just this Facebook expert. You're all like, you're more well-rounded. People get to know you as a person beyond your content, if that makes sense. So now people are even more connected with you. They used to like you because you're a Facebook expert, but now they know about, what you do for fun and, your humor and, all these
Gusto
other
mong
things.
balot.
Yeah,
Bad jokes.
So again, they're just even more becoming more and more, connected with you. They're going to support you even more. And there's going to be other Facebook experts in the market. But when the time comes, if the time comes, whether them or a friend or a colleague wants to hire a Facebook expert, you're probably going to be at top of the list because you're beyond the expert now. They like you. They trust you. You've been giving them so much value without asking for anything. And so when the time comes, if the time comes, you want to then say, hey, I've got a course, I've got this membership, whatever it is. Then they're like, oh man, this, Jeff's been giving me so much. This is like the first time he's asked. So let me support him somehow. So I see this in Lem's group, in the Let's Get Live group.
Yeah.
Lots of value being shared. Nobody's asking for anything, So
The community, you build it in response to the desire of people to get to know you. Parang yung mga, your online persona talaga yung parang, oh, look at him, he's a personality, look at Rob, too bad. Katulad ng what Rich mentioned. But when you're in that community, you become a person. So now you get the persona or personality, like mga tao na hindi natin we can't touch them. But now you're like among the people, diba? Ganun ang ano. Parang katulad si
nagkakaroon ka
Jeff,
ng
sobrang
puso.
superstar. Ngayon, dahil part of the community, now I feel like I know him a little bit more. Kala ko pogi lang.
Grabe. Guys,
Ano,
anong gusto
personality
nyo?
pala.
Anong gusto nyo ipadala ko dyan?
Beyond
Lengua
the
de
pogi,
gato.
man. Beyond the pogi.
Dapat ganun ang community name mo, Beyond Pogi. That would be
Yeah.
good.
Baka, baka walang mag-subscribe, guys.
Kami lang.
Ang bagong
Free subscribers.
community mo beyond the pogi.
Guys, pero
Beyond the
nag-comment.
pogies.
Sabi ko na eh. Sabi ni Kobe, oh my God,
No,
Kuya Jeff,
sorry.
you translate Kuya Rob. Joke. Guys, he's throwing a challenge to you guys.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
Kobe!
Kobe, sorry.
Grabe.
Dude.
3 points.
Oh, shade. Shade
Jeff,
for
may
days.
nagsabi dyan sino ba? Bariotic is around. Sabi niya, YouTube is so difficult for me. Pwede mo, kung nandito ka pa, Bariotic, expand mo nga kung may questions. Kung may questions kayo, Jeff, pwede ba magtanong sila ng mga
Yes.
questions?
They can ask
Yeah.
question. I
Yeah.
almost forgot to say earlier. Pwede kayo maglagay ng question sa ating comment box. So feel free to converse with us kung may question kayo about YouTube, about online community. But for now, we will focus solely
Community.
for online community. Yes. So, yon. So, kung kayo, nagde-decide kayo like me nung December, guys, just start it, build your community, and start growing. Kasi,
Thank you, babe.
grabe yung grabe yung learning na kasi nga
Ba?
sa, di ba, pag sa
Look at that.
YouTube,
Room service, man. Room service with the coffee. Sorry.
penging yung
That's
tubig,
my-
joke lang.
That's my Puerto Rican over there.
Nainggit Penging yung
No. No, but back to the community, a lot of times we say, just start one. But sometimes I think na you have to be more calculated than that sa community. Kailangan mo you need to bring in, like I always say, like the first 5 people to be your most loyal 5 people. People that are in the same wavelength as you.
Yes.
But so that it really starts it off na like almost like Let's Get Live, right? Like Let's Get Live community. There's ano sila? There's like 5 or 6 of them that are
Core, yeah.
the core, and that core actually sets the standard.
Yeah.
Diba? Diba?
Diba?
Yes.
Diba?
Diba?
Nagsaset sila ng standards not everybody else na magfa-follow. Kung anong, what type of content they're putting out, what type of value, that's why it's important. I think that, your first 5 or 10 people na handpick mo yon para that's
Yes.
going to be your gatekeepers.
Yes.
That's true.
Ang ganda nung point na yun kasi ngayon ko lang na-realize kasi yung first mga tao na in-invite ko is Rob, yung talagang close na yun, sabi mo Rich na talagang alam mo magko-contribute dun sa community na gagawin mo, and that's really effective kasi naisip ko lang din sa umpisa, para ang hirap, alam mo yun, mag-post ng ikaw lang mag-isa.
Jeff, ang ano lang dito, you gotta understand that you don't bring people in to help you. You bring people in so that you can help them. That's what you have to do. You can't be like, oh, I'm going to choose my because so that they can help me. What happened is because they have their own communities. So when they have their own communities, it's going to be very busy, and so your community will become stagnant if you're bringing people to help you. But if you're bringing in people that you want to help, then it's going to become robust, because they're there understanding that the guy that started it is not asking from any of them. He's looking to help them. He brought them to the community so that he can become a better resource for them.
Yes.
So if you're coming here, what's going to happen to you is if you're bringing people that are here so that they can help you, you will become frustrated because they're also busy. And you'll be like, oh man, look, Rob is not posting anything. What is it? Anong kwenta niya? Well,
Para magkakaroon ka tuloy ng parang
animosity.
frustration.
Tapos sabi mo, si Rich, ano ka naman? There's so many posts. What are you posting on your community? Why don't you post in mine too? No, but
yeah.
if I bring them people that maybe don't have any real kind of like clout yet or anything like that, but you're like, you know what, he has potential. This dude has potential. Ayun nangyari sa amin. Nakikita ni Doc, ay, yung potential dito. May mga talagang ano. Let me go and bring them in so that I can help them better. You know. And so when that happens, then you feel an inclination. This is my space. This is my space to grow. This is my space to run. So now I feel like now I'm going to run this community like it's mine because you don't really have one,
Yeah.
you know? And so what happens is then you go into these smaller private message group and you're like, then you go and begin to mentor the people that are running your stuff. So I would bring in, if I was going to build a community, I would bring in mentees as opposed to
Good.
mentors already.
Oh.
I'd bring in mentees so I could help them. And in doing so, my help will be seen, will become visible in the community.
Nice.
You know, so they don't know. I'm quiet. It doesn't look like I'm posting. Like Doc, most of the time you don't see him posting on LGL. But the horde, so to speak, you know, like I made this shirt. Obviously, it's a more of a biblical base. Go and make disciples. Kanya talaga Jesus didn't bring people to necessarily to help him.
Yes.
He brought
Yeah,
people so
yeah.
that he can help them. And by doing so, then they wanted to go and show what they've learned from the master. So that's what you want to do. So a lot of communities are stagnant because the leader of the community don't understand that they're not there, that he shouldn't bring people in the core that need they need his help, or rather that
That
he
I
needs
need.
their help.
Yan.
Yeah.
No. You can't do that. Because then, like YouTube, you cannot go there looking for people to help you. You go into YouTube for you to rise is to bring value.
Yes.
So when you're bringing value, people will come in. If you bring them to the community, they know, oh, Jeff is continuing to bring value to me. And now the giving economy that I've been talking about begins to be activated because Jeff is looking to give to me. Well, this is his group, but the way for me to give back to him is to help the group. And that's what happens.
That's good.
Lem
Boom.
drop.
Yeah.
Lem drop.
That's good.
Yeah, nobody says
like
that,
that.
right? Because
Yes. Like
bring people in that know what they're doing. Bring people in that have already people that they can bring in. Bring people in already that have some type of clout and so. These people that you're gonna bring in, they're busy already,
Yes.
Yeah.
so they're gonna go and do their own thing, and then your group is gonna be like, you know, like Texas in the middle of 100 or Pinas in the middle of 110 degrees. Wala. Nasaan mga tao? Nasa bahay nila.
Tapos insert sound effect na. Crew.
Yeah, exactly. Like crickets.
Yeah.
You know, pero pag nandito ka dahil, look guys, I want to show you how it's done. Then you'll get people. That's what happened. That's what happened in LGL. That's why
That's good.
it popped the way it popped.
Yes. May question dito si Nel Morillo. Sabi niya, how to build a strong relationship sa online community pag ikaw ang leader. So, eto yung next parang topic natin, subtopic pala from our live stream is feeling ko ito yung the value of giving in a community.
The value of giving in a community. I like what Lem said. I think that's really important. Don't try to bring in people that have big audiences already in your group. They're already building their own groups. But also, Lem, what's your thoughts then? Because people are scared that if they're helping members in their group that are mentees, they're gonna grow their knowledge and wisdom, and then they're gonna break off. They're not gonna have time. They're gonna then create their own groups.
Yeah,
I
it's
know you have
okay.
some thoughts on this too, but I think that's a good thing. That's the goal.
Interesting point.
No,
Yeah,
that's
the goal. That's the goal, right? So then they can have their own groups, and then you're collaborating with their group, just like the way that we jam with the LGL group.
That's right.
So
No, that's the point, because that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do for the people that are supporting you. You want them to grow and become. You know, if your thought is, I want them to help me to become, then people are going to feel that. They're going to know that you're using them. And when they start feeling like they're being used, then they're not just going to leave your group, but they're going to tell people not to go to your group. which is even worse. You know,
Yeah.
it's one thing for them to go and be like, look, I'm building this group. You guys got to go back to my main group or to the main group because Rob is doing fantastic. And I love Rob. You know, so I'm building this community, but Rob is my man. He's my mentor, so forth and so on. Make sure you're in that community too, because that's what you want. You want your seed to grow. Parang mga tayo mga tatay, no? We're like fathers. No, we're like fathers, right? You want you want your children to grow. So when you see it, it doesn't hurt you.
Iba
It
talaga
doesn't
ng
hurt.
seed.
Look at Rich. He said, I'm thinking about seed, all right.
Ricky's giggling, man.
Let me go and plant some right now.
I know, sorry.
Jeff's
lang,
like,
okay lang.
why did I do this? Why did I invite these guys?
Parang,
I regret.
parang mali yung decision ko.
Regrets.
Always regrets, di ba? Regrets.
No guys, you're giving so much value for tonight na sobrang even me, 'di ba? Na ang dami kong natututunan ngayon and hopefully yung mga nanonood sa atin ngayon which is part of our FB community din ay may natututunan for them to be able to jumpstart their community as well.
Yeah.
So, meron lang akong question. Ano yung view nyo about, kasi 'di ba, if we give so much, like, 'di ba meron tayong mga sinasabi ng mga trade secrets, ganyan, like, paano ko to ginagawa? I just want to keep this secret. How
Secret.
Do you, oo.
Yeah.
'Di ba, when you give, sometimes nawawala na yung secret or yung sarili mo. How you overcome that mindset na baka sa sobrang bigay ko, mawala na yung sarili ko. Parang
Good
ganun.
question.
Kasi 'di ba, that will sometimes hinder you from posting something. Like
Yeah.
you will always think first na baka ito, yun nga sabi ni Rob, baka biglang sila nung sumikat dahil dito.
If I can answer that, I mean,
Go, Len.
just on my thoughts, you know, because somebody said that in the community too. Sabi nila, oh, you can't continue giving your secrets out. But my mom taught me how to cook some food. But if my mom cooked the same food as I cook, guess whose food is gonna be eaten? My mom's food. Because I can have the ingredients. But I will not be able to cook the way she cooks.
Yeah.
So Rob could tell me everything he knows. But guess what? I will not be able to replicate Rob.
Yeah.
And so Rob will always have a niche. He will always have his following.
Yeah.
Now, some people may respond better to the way I present it. But if I am true, if Rob built me or built his community the way it needs to be built, which is value added to people, then I always have my heart towards Rob. So it's never like I'm going to take from him. That's the issue.
Yeah.
People take from you because you didn't build it right. But if you build it right, then the people that received from you, there's a difference, will always turn towards you.
Yeah.
So you will always be the source, you know, and now the other people are the resource, you know, so you will always be the guru.
Yeah.
You will always be. So if you build it right, where you added value, people will turn around and say, wow, where'd you get this from? And you will always say it everywhere you go. I got this from Rob. Rob taught me. Super Rob. Are you always saying Rob? Who's this Rob? This is the
Actually,
Rob.
I can relate.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
good.
what happens is then people are funneled towards Rob. And then if Rob decides, oh, I'm going to teach a class, I'm going to do this class, then you're going to champion it. Even though people are following and buying your classes. Like, look, my mentor is selling a thing. You guys better go. I'm going. You guys better go. You know, so now Rob is the fear mentality, when you're motivated by fear, you will always fear that you go to the superstore, so yung mga tindahan, that the robber is going to be there. But for the most part, 99.9% of the time you go to the store, people are buying the stuff. They're not robbing the store owner, right? But we're always afraid of that one robber. If you're always afraid of that one robber, you'll never go to the store. So you'll just have to go and understand. Yes, there are robbers out there. Yes, there are thieves are out there. Yeah, there are moochers there. But for the most part, everybody there's more givers than there are takers, and I have to position myself for the giver as
Yeah.
opposed to be motivated by the taker.
Yeah. Plus,
Yeah.
why hold on to so much information? I mean, like, to be honest, on YouTube, any information that you can deliver, you might be able to deliver, as Lem says, a little better than somebody else, but it's on YouTube.
Yeah, that's right.
It's on the internet. So if you hold on to this information, guess what? Somebody's gonna go find it themselves, and then at the end of the day,
You're the
what,
loser.
what you're giving them is nothing. Instead of, you could have technically been the guy with the knowledge, right? Just give it to them to say, hey, this is what I know. Let me help you. But no, you kept it because you want some either monetary thing in the back end or
That's so
whatever.
good, Rich.
And at the end of the day, they found it and you got nothing from it. No, no praise, no pat in the back, and not even a referral.
Nope. Yeah, it's so good.
That's why I hate those guys that are like, oh yeah, by the way, I'll give you this bit, but the rest of it's going to be on my,
Oh yeah.
so
disingenuous.
on my class. I'm like, listen, just give them at least all of it, and then save the class for another subject.
Yeah.
And that's what it's basically like stop hoarding information.
Yeah.
Like Rich, right? You're doing a class. You were telling us you're gonna teach a course, right?
Right.
So you could even say, look, if you want to, it's in my YouTube channels. I'm just consolidating it for those that don't really have the time. So I'm consolidating it so that you guys, for those, if you want to, you can. It's everything I'm going to share in this class. You have on YouTube, but who's going to sit there 10 hours to watch 5 videos or 10 videos even to learn that, when you could learn from Rich a step-by-step approach that was given in 20 videos. He's going to give you in an hour, like really crunched down and give it to you. I'd pay for that. There's what 20 hours minus 1 hour and $100. What my time value is great. Plus now I know that he's been giving all this time. I've been following him for a year, 2 years, and he's been giving. This is my chance to give back. And so his course will be successful because people understand his MO is not necessarily money. His MO is value add. And right now, even in the course, it's still value add. It's still value add, but I'm just giving you a chance to give value back. That's really what he's saying. Give value back to me. And that's why I'm selling it.
Yeah.
So,
that's
sabi
so
nga
true,
dito
man.
sa comment, gold advice, guys. Go. Continue.
Silver lang.
no.
Silver.
That's good.
Go, Rob.
No, that's really true. Yeah, everything, like Rich said, everything is on YouTube. There is no secrets. It's like you can get what Lem said, you can give everything to me, but if I use it or not, that's up to me. It's everything is on YouTube. So don't be afraid. And if you do it right, then you should be to the point where you're turning down, clients. You're turning down, like, sorry, I can't, like, you have too much, because you're going to attract people that are going to say, Jeff, this is really good stuff. You're sharing so much, but I just realized how much work this is, or how much time it takes to do all of this. Can you help me with this instead? So don't, And what Lem said, if you're doing courses, right, for example, the content is the same as your free content on YouTube, but in the course, it's the order. It's the chronological order of like A to Z, right? So step by step versus, let me find the first video. Okay, now the next video, let me find that again on YouTube. And so that takes a lot of time. And also the access. So access to Rich in the course. I pay Rich. He gives me the course. Now I can maybe, catch him live, doing a workshop or a question session. So yeah, don't be afraid to give everything away. Yeah. And you can't help everyone anyway. Like there's no one group that has everyone as a member.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
Most people are members of multiple groups. Yeah. So don't think that you're going to be the one group and there's going to be no other groups and your members aren't going to go to other places. They're going to go to other places. You're subscribed to multiple people, right? Yeah. You're learning from different people. So just throw all of that stuff out. Give as much information as you can, and it'll all of the things, all the monetization and business and all that stuff. Yeah. You'll be fine.
Rob, yung statement mo, it reminds me of authors, diba? I mean, they write their books, but then you go and see them to hear them speak. But
Yeah.
you just paid $40 for the book. Now you're gonna pay $200 to see them. Why?
Why?
The same thing that they just shared in the book, they'll share live.
Yeah.
It's because of the person, and that's what you want to connect with.
Yeah.
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 Plus, as Robin Lem said, about like cutting it down, like perfect example is Roberto Blake. You can sit there and watch a 5 to 6 hour live stream from Roberto Blake about analytics or thumbnails or whatever.
Yeah.
But who has 5 to 6 hours to spend? That's why even though he's giving it away for free right there, you just have to spend 5 to 6 hours listening to it. People still sign up for his courses because they don't want to sit there for 5 to 6 hours trying to figure out what exactly he's saying.
Right.
you know, I mean, I do, but
I know, Rich.
I'm at work. But yeah, no. But the funny thing is like these courses that this algorithm made simple. I've actually gone over it several times on this channel already.
Nice.
But you see, Rich is
Yeah.
the person that Robert Blake is trying to empower
Yes.
because he's hungry, and so it's okay for there to be riches in the world, and they'll take your DNA, so to speak, and they'll mention you. And in fact, even if Rich never buys a course from Robert Blake, he will mention him in his videos. He will connect them. He will provide avenue for other people that may be looking for Rich only, an avenue to connect with Robert. That's because he's an honorable guy. He knows, he understands, man, I'm getting all this wealth of information from this dude. I better somehow turn it over so that people can know, hey, if you want to know more, check out this dude that I'm learning from. He's awesome. So even if there's no money exchange, there are follower exchange, subscriber exchange. There is now upliftment. He's gonna make Robert Blake look like a superstar. Because if I see Rich as a star and he's talking about this other dude, then the other guy is a superstar. So you'll never lose by giving. That's for sure.
Yes. Ang ganda. You never lose by
Shirtable ba
giving.
yun, di ba?
Yes,
Shirtable.
so shirtable.
Hashtag.
Hashtag
Lem
Lem drops. Guys, sobrang feeling ko ang daming natututunan din ng mga viewers natin for tonight. And guys, if you have any questions, please do put it in our comment box or comment section below para masagot natin yan. And they're very much willing to answer your questions. So, next question. This is my personal question because I'm still figuring out how can I manage or yung posting. Like, di ba, kunwari, you have already 35,000 members, and how do you manage those, the promotion of videos, just like that? Parang, kunwari, nagpo-post lang sila, kasi mag-share lang ng video, ganun. How do you balance it all? Like, do you set the line first, or how you will correct those culture?
Well, you can't police everything, so you have to set rule guidelines and things of that nature. But for me, as far as our communities are, as long as the person that's posting is actually engaging in the group and not just using the group.
Yes.
There's two different things, because you have people that just post and then never engage. And you're like, bro, you can't continue to do that. But then there are people that engage constantly and then they post. Now, they may post the same way or the same type of content as the other person, but they are value add to your community. And so you understand they're posting out of value to bring value to the community. So it's just different vibe, just different people using. So like I'm in different groups and I'm posting and they're removing my post, but I'm like, all right. So now the value that I want to give in the you want to run the community by your rules. I get it, but you got to run the community by the way people are exchanging value, not necessarily by rules. because then the people that want to give, like Riches of the world, the Robs of the world, then they feel like, you know what, they don't want my information here, so I'm gonna go and find some other way. That's what I'm feeling right now. I'm like, I'm going live to talk to your community how to develop a better brand, how to go Amazon live, etc., etc. And you're removing this. I'm not here to give value to myself.
Yeah.
I think it's valuable to your community. But if you're rule situated, I'm a rule follower. So, but then you'll see me, I'll be ghost. And then you'll find out what happened to Lem. Well, you didn't want my stuff. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I think from Jeff, what Jeff is really asking is more of like the link dumping, where
Yes,
you
the
have,
link dumping.
and a lot of it's just like you start it, and then as I said, you always have those 5-10 people that kind of have the same vision as you of how this community is gonna go, and you don't have to police it. You have other people that can police it. But as Lem says too, you have to be very cognizant of what is being posted. If it's not their link and they just want to share like a link to, I don't know, to an educational type of link, then you allow it. But if somebody's consistently just dumping their links, watch my new video. Oh, itong bago na, abangan nyo na. Like, okay, no, you have to police it. But
Yes.
sometimes you don't have to police it till you have to police it. I say let it be free flowing, and then if it gets out of hand, sabihin mo na, oh, pasensya na ha, but ayaw namin na, it gets medyo cluttered yung main page. So ito lang ang post kung gusto nyo mag-post ng bagong video nyo. And at that point, you don't care. As long as everybody's doing it, I don't care who, what you're doing there.
Yes. Tama. Kasi, yun nga, yun yung napapansin ko kasi, syempre, lahat, kumbaga, hindi naman sa, yung mga yung mga nag-start pa lang mag-YouTube, talagang they strive to gain views, to gain subscribers, and the link dumping talaga is parang inevitable. Hindi talaga may iwasan. So, right now, I'm figuring out how to kumbaga manage, how to address to other people na, hey, this group is for learning and for sharing values, and it's not for the collection of just the album of your content. Parang ganon. So right now, yon na medyo nalinawan ako, and I think the goal is just to be nice and friendly then, I think, kapag kumbaga pag call attention.
I think there's a value that Rob adds. You're some Tito's. I know we're broadcasting in the content marketers cafe. So the thing that Rob does is actually front the group by going live and kind of engaging, in that group. I think, sometimes we become keyboard warriors as well. Kind of like, this is my space, bro. You do what I want to do. You came in here because of me. I didn't come. This is not your space. You go and do that in your space. But if you have some issues, I think the best thing to do, we have the opportunity to do it, is to go live and kind of just chat it up with some of the members of the group. Kind of like, hey, come on in. I see somebody always, posting. Come on, let's interview you. Let's talk about what you're posting. And then what happens is they become cognizant of their post, because you could kind of subtly tell them, stop posting, you idiot.
Parang lumay-kulang na ganon, then yun pa rin yun.
Pero no, but I'm just joking, obviously, but to also understand their MO, what is the thing, and then to also teach them, that what they're adding is worse. They're like, there's this guy that hits me up on private messages. He doesn't hit me up on regular messages. Why are you hitting me up on private messages with your links? You don't even talk to me on the regular. Don't parang ano yun. You guys, Rich, Rob, if you could correct me if I'm wrong, 'di ba? Parang mga spaces natin parang yung subdivision, 'di ba? Pero mga entry sa gateway. Tapos may community center. So pwede kang punta sa community center. Pero pumunta ka sa bahay ko, nako, that's a different story. So we're in the space. You're in the space, the community center, parang group. Tapos gusto mo pumasok sa timeline ko. O sige, friend tayo. Sige, punta tayo sa sa lunch room. Tapos pumunta ka sa private message, you don't even talk to me at lunch, bro. Gusto mo pumasok sa bahay ko? Hindi, you don't even want to share with me your soda. You want to go inside and drink from my fountain? Ano ka naman? So what I do is I block those people.
Yeah. Well,
and then afterwards, if they continue doing that stuff, then I just delete them off my friends list.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, sometimes it's like, you get blah blah blah, send you a friend request. I go, oh, you know what? I've kind of seen them around, on this space or that space. Sige, you click accept. Tapos 5 minutes later, bling, like, Kuya, abangan yung bagong video ko. I'm like, what?
Oh, man.
Like, man, like, really? I don't need to, like, really, like, bro, like, at least say hi, what's up? Okay, you know?
Yes.
Hello,
It's
how are you doing?
understandable kung talagang yung may relationship kayo, like, you know each other well, then he's just asking for the help for that time. It's understandable. Pero yung sasabi niya.
Yeah. But like, as I said, link dumping, I don't want to ever sound like I'm stereotyping or I'm just making a generalized statement, but I see it. I've only really experienced it in the Filipino community on YouTube, like the massive link dumping. I don't know what it is, and I'm still trying to figure it out. But this is definitely not the stream for it. We could discuss some other time. But I mean that's why when Jeff brought it up, I knew exactly what he's talking about, because it's just dumping the links and never contributing to anything. And just bagong video ko,
you find them, bro. Diba dito sa Amerika, nagda-dump ka $10,000. You are fine, brother.
500 pesos per link dump.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I know.
No, but yeah, that's why when Jeff said, mga link, I was like, oh, alam ko na. mga link dump, like people just dump their links. Like I don't like link dumping on Facebook.
Rude. It's rude, I think.
It's rude. One way that in the content marketing group, you can't avoid, like, everybody wants to promote their videos. So I've tried probably once a week, post your new videos here. So there's an outlet, right? Like, so then at least they're sharing it, but at least it's not cluttering up the feed on Facebook. So you try to corral it, like here's the thread. And then that way, kung gusto mong ipolice na somebody posted on their own, like their own thread with their new video, check it out. And then it says, this is so-and-so's first post, that's the worst, right? It's like their first post and they're sharing a video. So, you can delete it and say, hey, if you want to share new videos, here's the thread, look for it every week. So then you're telling them don't do it, but like do it here instead. And then your group doesn't look so, so like sub for sub and, just dumping links. Yes. Also, you got to lead, like what Lem said, you got to lead by example. So if you want your group to be people sharing, actual value, then you have to lead by example. Like, share tips, share advice, right? If people see that you are sharing your videos, then it's like kids, right? Like, hey, he did it. Can I do it too, right? Why can't I do it? I saw him do it, and then so if you lead by example, then nobody can argue with you when you tell them like, hey, don't do that, So so that's probably the best way. And I like what Lem said, like, bring people out and introduce them to the group. So, mga interviews, mga live streams, and do that once in a while and invite people na you're not connected to, like, members that are maybe active, and that way the other people get to know them too, right? So if they have a friend in the group, they're also less likely to leave, right? So it's like the community 101. So if me and Lem had a group together, and then Rich came in, like, hey, Rich, nice to meet you, man. Like, what are you up to? What are you about? It's like, oh yeah, like I like this. Oh yeah, cool. Have you met Jeff? Or have you met Lem? And then they can connect. And it doesn't matter, right? You can't maintain all of these relationships anyway. You can't maintain 100, 1,000, 2,000 relationships. So you have to connect with them and then try to introduce them to each other, but they're still in your house. They're still in your party. So it doesn't matter. They're still talking about your group. They're still talking about, your channel, but you are no longer like, you're not going to be stretched too thin. So yeah, so hopefully that helps.
Yes. Really, yung mga sinabi nyo is perfect dun sa yung iniisip ko ngayon kasi talagang how will I prevent those link dumping dun sa group,
Yeah.
which is the reason why I want it to be solved, because I want the group to be healthy as possible, like learning things, giving value, and sharing some thoughts. Like, I'm so happy na kapag yung ewan ko, kapag na-feel nyo din to, na, like, someone posted on your group na nag-ask ng question, then your other members answer them. Like, it's fulfillment. Like, oh guys, thank you for sharing your thoughts to each other. Like, you're helping each other out here. Parang ganun.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
good.
I think I will not consume any more of your time, guys. So much value for tonight. Sobrang, I think, yung mga viewers natin, sobrang natutuwa sa ginagawa natin. And I hope na in the next few months ahead, meron ulit tayong mga ganito live
Oh, yeah.
session. And just let me know if gusto niya ring something na may kumbaga i-host sa group na to about YouTube or other stuff. Just tell me and let's do live stream.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Yes. Before we end, do you have any small advices or tips to our viewers right now and to our replay viewers? Let's start with Rob.
You guys go first. Oh, okay. Yeah, no.
Wait.
Gotta give first. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, Jeff, thanks, man. Thank you so much for having us. This is fun. Everyone that's watching, thanks for hanging out. Or if you're watching the replay, yeah, I mean, I encourage you guys to really think about community. If you don't have your own Facebook group or your own community, then be part of one. Look up communities that, with like-minded people and be part of one. You don't have to own the community to have a community. So be part of one, answer questions and give first. Everything else will kind of fall into place. So, when you have the time, then build your own community. But until then, like, at least be part of a community. It's also really good for you. Right now we are all locked down. So, we're built to be connected with other people and to be in community. So yeah, be part of a community some way, somehow.
Okay, Rich, you're next.
Oh. Yeah, I'll echo the exact same thing that Rob says. I mean, if building a community or having a community, especially as a Facebook with your Facebook group, first Facebook page, is a crap ton of work. I mean, it's just additional work that you have to deal with. If you don't have time to even film a video, don't worry about building a community. Join somebody else's community, be a part of the process there that's already started, and then you're going to build your little community there. And if you want to move that along in the future, you can. Pero, hirap talaga na film ka pa, tapos you got to go on Facebook. It's just so much more work. So for me, if you don't have the time, join another group. You don't have to, as Rob says, you have to have your own community to have a community. You could be part of somebody else's community and have your community there also. Yan lang. Tagay na.
Yes. Join and have fun.
Yeah.
Let's go with Lem.
Yeah, I think if I could add, not necessarily a tweak, but you don't have to own the community. You don't have to run the community to own the community. Because a lot of times we think in order for me to really fully participate, I have to run it. But kung gusto mo talagang mag-build ng community na maganda, you have to know how to be maganda in another person's community. Because what you do in small things will amount to big things, diba? Diba sabi ng Lord, whatever you do in small things, you will do in big things.
Yes.
So kung part ka ng community and you're not doing anything over there, that's what's going to happen in the community that you're trying to build.
Yeah.
So kailangan mong parang gamitin mo yung other people's community as your training ground. You know, you learn from there and you own that community. Even though you're not running it, you own it
Mm-hmm.
parang sa'yo. So
Yes,
that
yes.
you can take what you know and the feelings that you get and the interaction that you get when you're ready to do it on your own, then you will have that same vibe. Pero kung ang spirito mo masama dito sa community na I'm just dumping links here, dumping links
Mm.
here. I'm gonna build a community. Where are you gonna what's gonna happen to you? You're gonna
Mm.
have the same type of people in your community because
Yes.
leaders,
You're doing that on the
yeah,
other side
because
of the group.
leaders are breeders.
Mm-hmm.
Nox naman, ako lem
Yes.
drops talaga.
Mga hashtag lamb drops.
Leaders are breeders, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you breed the people that you lead.
Mm-hmm.
So kung gusto mong magandang mga tao, hindi magandang you need to set the pace like Rob said earlier on today.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. That's the reason why I invited you guys. I want to be
Oh, that's
magandang
the
tao.
wrong choice, bro. That was your first mistake.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's another thing, right, guys?
Yes, yes.
Make sure there's laughter in your community.
Yes.
That will parang i-work out ko rin in the future kasi I think my community is too serious right now.
You gotta loosen it up.
Yes, loosen it up and share some thoughts, share other things.
Di ba ganyan
outside.
talagang pinakamaganda ng LGL dahil ang dami mga tao na ano lang, wala parang professionalism out the window.
Mga
Yeah.
fanboy.
Ay,
Fanboy.
tao lang
post
tayo.
meme.
Yeah, tao lang
You
tayo.
post meme.
Forget it. You know?
Like slapping someone.
Yeah, just like mga
Charitable,
tao
man.
tayo, mga ano lang ito, mga kababayan, kababayan, mga kaibigan lang tayo.
Yeah.
Doon. We're just friends over there. We're just hanging out. Because in the YouTube, that's more professional. Pero dito sa space natin, nako, kailangan tayo ma-relax pa sa
Yeah.
bahay natin to. Man, I don't want you keep wearing your coat here, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you can't take everything so seriously. Like like earlier. Remember at the start of this, Jeff was talking about now. I was on a stream with him. Tapos we were talking about something. All of a sudden, we're talking about Korean dramas.
Yeah.
But then the chat was like, once we started mentioning Korean dramas, the chat was
right.
like,
Yeah.
"Kuya
man.
Jeff, you
Bursting
watch
out.
Korean dramas? Oh my god, like which drama?" But so that's again.
Kala ko seryoso ka lang, chef.
Yes,
I didn't know you like the stuff I like too.
like
Gusto ko
we're
din taho.
like we're speaking in Korean with Rich in that live stream. Like, 안녕하세요, 안녕하세요.
Yeah, because Rich is a professional Korean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Tapos, especially sa Pilipinas, di ba? Sa Filipino communities, nako, sobrang mga jokesters tayo.
Yeah.
So let that be, bro. Let it be. Just you moderate it by going live. Ay ang pinakamaganda, di ba? For those of us, you just go live so that people can see your personality. But don't go live just to continue giving like information.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go live to give from yourself.
Something like
Just a
kumbaga,
chat, a chill
to
out.
know you more, or this is
Just
my
know
other
the
side.
community. Know who's running the community, who's the moderators here. Let everybody know, or maybe you find somebody that's funny there and pick him up. Oh, let's bring him here because he's probably gonna make everybody laugh. Because then you feel like, oh, this is a family.
Yeah.
We're
Yes.
here, and then it's a reprieve. Now I have a reason to go to the community because every time Jeff comes or every time Rob comes, there's value. I know there's gonna be value, but it can go sideways, and he's not so restricted that he can't laugh.
Yeah. Sa Filipino community, like especially the ones I'm around sa YouTube, TGIF live streams are always the best. And they're all different time zones. So I can attend. And then that's why a lot of times by the time it gets to me, I pass out. Like there's a lot of videos. You can watch them live streams where I just end up just like, all right, you guys take care of it. I'll be asleep on the side. Yeah.
That would be the best. I'd love to
to
see Rich fall asleep right
Yes,
now.
they're saying na nakatulog talaga si Rich on cam.
Yeah, there's a lot. Like seriously, we were taking shots all night, and then I was like, and they were like, I'm like, man, I'm tired. I gotta go to sleep, and the people are like, no, you can't end this chat. I go, sige na, magtulog na lang ako dito. Kayo na lang." And I'm asleep on the chair, and they're just like, they're still taking shots. I was like, okay, well, that's how. Then they had to call me. Oy, gising na, bangon na.
Started the next day.
No, to end it, so I could end the stream.
Oh gosh, that's so good.
Jeff, you know who you need to get in here? I saw Kuya Cyril's here. You need to get him on the live stream. That guy is so smart.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta get
I'm
him.
planning yung mga topic for the community itself. Like, I'm planning na magkaroon ng exclusive live stream lang talaga sa community na pwedeng
Nice.
mag-hop in, na feel free na kung may question ka, kumbaga don't hesitate, kahit naka-phone ka, kahit hindi ganito yung setup mo, like, just hop in and ask your question.
Like me right now. Sorry, guys.
It's okay, Rich. I know you're using your M50 right now.
Oh,
Don't lie.
no! If this was the M50, it'd be. Wait, let me lower down this ISO.
I don't want to start.
There. That's the M50 right there.
Right now, I'm using it. It's 2-on-2 right now. It's 2-2.
Huh?
Yeah.
I'll
Rob
do-
is
I'll
using
take it.
M50.
Rob, you're using M50 too?
I am.
Nice, bro.
Hashtag Team Canon.
Team Cannon.
Canonites now.
I'm only using a Sony
Oh,
With-
Nikon.
with one light over there.
Look at that light.
Yeah, I don't use a light. 'Cause
Lightsaber.
I'm like Sony. I don't use a light. Yeah.
So Sony can see through your soul in
Yeah.
the dark. The low light capacity
How about
capability.
Nikon?
Nikon, it's good. The C6 is good. I'm using the C6 with the
Oh, yeah,
35
well,
1.4.
Yeah, prime lens.
That's right, baby. Prime it.
Hey, prime lens 2.0.
Yes, right now I'm using 35 also.
Yeah, you see, I think 35 is good because it's
Sweet
about
spot.
depende sa space mo, 'di ba?
Yes.
Yeah. Mine's a fixed 28.
Yung kay Rob talagang sobrang fit nung focal
Eh,
length
Rob,
niya.
man, Rob,
He's professional,
Rob's
though.
professional
He's
siya.
tiny.
Tayo, mga ano lang tayo, hobbyist, amateur tayo. Amateur hour. Si Rob, he is ultimate pro, bro.
No way, man.
So nakikita,
no way.
tingnan mo, that I'm taking notes every time I see Rob. Nagtitake ako ng notes. Ako, pogi. Ako, kailangan ko ba?
Hi,
I need a haircut. Right now, I need a haircut.
Hi, I'm Rob.
I was ready to go to IKEA the other day. I was like, what
should,
kind
man.
of stool is he
Chair?
wearing? Is he
Like,
right here.
still got the tag on it.
He still has the tag because he's like, I'm gonna use it for 72 hours. Bring it back.
I'm not sure yet, right? I'm still test driving it.
wait. May gusto lang i-clarify before we end. Sabi ni Lem, nagpants daw siya for this live.
Oh, sige.
I didn't. No.
Sige. Let me see.
Jean shorts, man.
Yeah.
Right? Hindi
Kaki, daddy.
complimentary
Daddy
yung ano ko,
kakis.
no?
Rob, aka Kaki Daddy. Kakis. That's right.
Yeah, but speaking of stools, I've tried to get those.
Stools?
those-
Did you send a sample?
yes, a 24-hour stool sample. Okay,
That's right.
I've frozen it. It's in my fridge in dry ice. It's ready to go to the
For
lab.
occult bleeding. That's
Yeah. Oh man.
Ang laki naman ng sample, ano mo? Ang sample specimen can mo.
Yeah.
Jeff, let me see that specimen can mo. I thought that was a bucket, dude.
No, this is the secret of my this is the trade
That's it.
secret.
Don't give it away, man. That's the secrets. Don't give the secrets away.
Guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Jeff's like, you gotta leave.
He's like, I'm forgetting how to speak Tagalog too, and I do it every day.
See.
Okay, guys, thank you so much. Let's say bye to our viewers. Bye, guys. Bye.